Today, I want to talk about JCI chiller program. Okay, I'm running version 10.7 firmware 11, and I'm going to build a chiller program in here. And I'm mainly focused in on the water-cooled chiller system. So we'll just do chilled chillers. That's fine. Rotation, primary pumps. Automatic, in case I screw up and forget to do the statuses, it'll reset. Variable speed. Yeah, I'll do fan status. Okay, everything else is good. Let that build out. All right, good to go. I'll go ahead and throw this on the controller. Well, I'll go ahead and tell it has a controller. And then this is going to need some kind of expansion. You can get away with a small one, and we'll just do a big one. So 4, okay, good. Do point assignments that way. It assigns it everything a point. All right. So we're all set up here. I'm going to do a simulation. I'm going to show you how long it takes for the water to go from bypass, 100% bypass, to 100% over the tower and the fan to turn on. But that takes quite a while. So I'm going to do this stopwatch over here on this side. And I'm going to speed up the program, and then I'll show you what the stopwatch says after everything turns on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit simulate right now. So I'm going to put it into simple view. That way I can see when I can do the statuses whenever the commands get hit. Now I'm going to hit simulate. And I'm going to turn on the system. I'm going to leave the set point at 85. I'm going to do the condenser water temp. I'm going to have to go ahead and do that at 85 as well. And start simulation. Now I already know primary pumps are going to turn on first, right? So I can go ahead and start getting ready for that. I'm waiting for a primary pump to turn on here. And the condenser water pump. Both of those should turn on. Turned on at the same time, so I'm going to try to be fast. Turn mine on at the same time. That way they don't go into alarm. And then condenser water pump. And then chiller. There we go. That was fast enough where we don't get alarms. So we do have a primary pump on. We do have a condenser water pump on. So right here is our bypass. CTV. And 0% is 100% bypass. So right now we're bypassing the tower. Nothing's going over the top of the tower. And CTs are our towers. So we're right at set point. Where is my temp? I'm going to slowly raise my temp. If I can find it. Condenser water temp. Right here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and raise it to 86. And I'm going to go ahead and start that stopwatch. And then I'll come back to the stopwatch as soon as we're at least flowing water over the top. And I understand PIDs are slow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep raising this temperature. Let's say it gets warmer. I'm going to do 87. Still haven't moved on the bypass yet. There we go. Slowly starting to move. We're at 10, right? So basically 10% is going over the top of the tower. I'll go ahead and do 88. Because where I'm at down in Texas, it gets warm outside and you'll see condenser water temperatures move this quickly, especially if we're not going over the top of the tower. Fans aren't turned on. Gonna check the time. 1 minute and 44 seconds. Give it another 20 seconds or so, and I'll add another degree to it. Go. It's funny because you would think the pig would go faster, but it was slower. The first one was 10 point something. The second one only added 7% to it. So, and we're going farther away from set point. 85 is set point. We're at 89. Now you could speed up the PID, right? You can go in there and manually tune it or change the process variable or whatever you need to do to speed up the PID. But, being a canned program here, a standard program, you would think the PIDs would be tuned the way they needed to be tuned. There we are. We're at 24.5, so it's another 3 minutes, 16 seconds in. Go ahead and raise it. And remember, we have not kicked on a fan whatsoever. This is just the bypass valve slowly starting to crack open to go over the tower. 2, 4 minutes in. 5 degrees above. We're about to go 6 degrees above set point. $40. Go another degree above. 7 degrees above. 5 minutes, 42 seconds. Add another degree here. 93. So I'm at 8 degrees above, almost 7 minutes. Degree 94. 9 degrees above, almost 8 minutes. Still not 100% over the top. Add another degree. 95. 95. Now, full 10 degrees over 9 minutes. 68% over the tower. So we're still bypassing 32% of the water. $96. Minutes. $97. 11 minutes. 11 and a half minutes. So we're at 97. 7.85. We're still bypassing 10%. No tower fan on. $100%. We'll go up one more degree. I'm gonna leave it at 98. Look at the time here. 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes. But we're 100% over the top, but we don't have a fan on yet. As soon as the fan comes on, I'm gonna hit the status sign. That way I don't miss that. And then I'm gonna show you the time. I mean, and this won't even go to 100%. I'm just gonna stop the time as soon as the fan comes on, and then I'll keep it going to show you when this starts moving up. Remember, it took 12 and a half minutes just to go over 100% over the top of the tower. So this is a hot day, obviously. Everything's heating up. We're gonna need those fans on to even start cooling down the water. All right, fan came on. Turn it on. Okay. 14 minutes. And it's a 6% fan. So really, that's the minimum, whatever you set in the drive, 20 hertz. So we got one fan on, 20 hertz. Water is hot. 98. probably close to 100 by now if I would have kept jumping it up until the fan came on. 13%. You know, this is going up, and we're at, I'm just going to stop it right now, 15 minutes. So, I'll reset that. I want to show you what you could fix to make this go better. We can go in, we can mess with the PID, yes, but I just don't like the way it's set up. So it's all, this block right here is what's switching it between bypass mode and tower mode. And this little command hierarchy block, it looks at the PID saturation time between the bypass PID and the cooling tower PID. And determine that, it determines what mode it's in. I don't really like that because saturation time, it takes a while. So what I suggest doing is you can come in this block or you can do it in a different block. It doesn't matter. Not enum float is coming in here, adding the input float. Call this condenser water temp. Duplicate it. Add in another float, however you want to do it. Call this one set point. Condenser water points temp set point. So this P. Okay. We'll do a compare. Bring a greater than or equal to over here. Temp on top, set points on the bottom. If the temp is greater than the set point, we'll throw in a differential here. We'll put 3 degrees. Again, you can play with that. Command hierarchy block, I could use one of those. I think it's just easier to use a Monk's block in this case. So I have a Boolean mode. This greater than or equal to is going to give me a true or false out. That's a Boolean. And then I need an enum state. So an enum IO Boolean mode is the one I need. I'm going to drag that over there, connect this with that. I have to go inside the mux block here. And then I'm going to change these to off bypass tower. I'm going to put this one in tower. I'm going to put this one in bypass. Go ahead and apply. So when it's in tower, I want it to go to tower. When it's in bypass, I want it to go bypass. Okay. Same thing over here. When this is true, when it's false, I want it to go into bypass, and when it's true, I want it to go into tower. Okay? True, false, true, false. I have to do bypass over here, apply. All right. And come up here, I'm going to get rid of this. This is my output right here. So I'm just going to reconnect that. There we go. I'm going to leave all this other stuff in there. It's fine. You could delete it out. However, house cleaning, whatever. But I do have to set my layout. I do have to tie these in condenser water temp. Okay. And then set point. It's going to be network. On it. Okay. So now we're good. So with just those changes there, I'm going to simulate this. I'm going to put it back in the other mode. That way I can hit the everything on. I'm going to go ahead and hit simulate, save changes. No. I want the system enabled. Yes. I want to start with my cooling tower set point at 85. Yes. I want my cooling tower temperature to be 85, and that's all I care about. So start simulation. I'm going to wait for pumps to turn on. All right, so we know a primary is going to come here in a second. Primary pump. Come on, primary pump. There we go. Primary on. On. And the chiller one is on. And whoa, what a difference. I mean, at 85, at set point, we're already bypassing 100%. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock, though. And I'm going to add 1 to this. Let's see. Condenser water temp. 86. So we're bypassing 100%, or not. We're flowing water 100% over the top. We got to keep an eye out on this cooling tower to turn on, because that's when we're going to stop the timer there. 86, and I want to be fair. I want to do about every minute, like we were doing with the bypass. Raise the temperature until the cooling tower kicks on. 5 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and give it another one here. 87. Show you what's going on if you want to see. It's really not the cooling tower's fault. It's not the PID's fault right now. It's because we just started this. We go states tables to see this. So if I go all the way down here to the bottom, I can see that right here, this variable speed cooling tower is in pump only. So it's really just the startup value of this. But as soon as this goes down to control, it's going to hit. Put this back into simple view. Check my time. 2 minutes. Go ahead and add. $88. There it is. It's on. Show you the time. Go back. Hit my status on. Show you the time again. Look, we're already at 17%. I'm going to stop it. So 3 minutes in. So, and I think I was pretty fair on increasing the time or the temp. We're at 88 degrees. So we're 3 degrees off of the set point, and we're already got the fan on, and the fan's already starting to ramp up. Okay. I want to see it act in reverse. So remember we had that 3-degree deadband, so we have to go lower than that. So I'm just going to drop it down to 81. I drop it down to 81. It kills my fan. and bypass should start actually bypassing eventually. So we're still 100% over the top. Bypass will work. Down to 80. So I can reset that and restart that. There it is. See? It's already starting to bypass. And again, that differential, you could play with that. You can expose that point and make that better. So all we're looking at here is changing chiller sequencing by delta T. That's all you got to do. That's not it. Sorry. Condenser water sequencing, V100. That's all you got to do. Add this little change in there, and you're good. Thanks for watching.